Yo, what's good, everybody? It seems over the past few days, there's been a lot of controversy around the Persona 3 remake that's coming out next year. And I'll be honest, it doesn't really make any sense to me. And before all the weird kids start rushing to the comments to type me up an essay, look, just chill on me for a second. Let me go show you my qualifications. It's up on the screen right now. You see that, right? Persona 3 FES. I played that on the PlayStation 2. And I promise you, the TV I was playing on was bulky. It was a box TV, 480 pixels. That was my high definition. I was going crazy on that. And I beat this game to completion, by the way. Just so you don't think that I was running through it. No, I love this game. And that's where it just really doesn't make sense to me because I love this game so much and because I beat it 100%. I don't get why people are mad that the FES content is not going to be in the game. Because here's a big news flash for everyone who never even played Persona 3 FES. The game was fundamentally bad. Out of my own volition, I would never want to replay the game because the content that it added was so terrible. I'm not talking about the base Persona 3 content. I'm talking about the FES Persona 3 content. And that's what they're adding. And you guys are mad that they're not adding it to Reload. Here's a disclaimer because I'm going to be talking about FES and I'm not going to be talking about the Persona 3 fem main character not being added to the game. You have to understand something about that. It's stupid. Okay? Let's just get that out there right now. It's stupid. There's no reason they shouldn't be doing it, but it should be obvious why they're not going to do it. The obvious answer is it's Atlas, and in 3 years from now, there's going to be a Persona 3 Reload remix. Let's just be honest, it's going to be $60 and guess what? I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it, you're going to buy it, they're going to have my money. I'm literally in chains for Atlas. I don't care what they put out. You saw Metaphor? I'm buying it. Persona 6, that's probably never even going to come out at this point. Guess what? In my imagination, I already bought it yesterday in my dreams. So that's how much I'm committed to that company. I'm not even going to lie because I love the stuff that they put out. But that's just a disclaimer for that. And also going on, if anyone's never seen anything about Persona 3 and they don't want to be spoiled for Reload, even though the game came out 15 years ago and you still click this video, I don't know what to tell you, but here it is. I'm going to be talking about spoilers. You're going to hear about the story because I need to talk about that. That's the only thing people are mad about is the answer. Okay, now going back into the video, the main thing that has people pressed is that the answer is not going to be in the game. And let me tell you something about the answer. This is something that happens right after the main story is completed. You see the beautiful ending, everything's orchestrated perfectly. And then you boot up the answer, you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna come up next? And you're so happy because I promise you, I was playing with my hair, I was kicking my feet into the air. And let me tell you something, even though the gameplay for Persona 3 FES was very, very bad, here's the thing about it. Just finishing off on the story makes you want more. You want to see what's going to happen next. And that's the problem with the answer. You want to see what's going to happen next, so you have such high expectations for it since you set it on the same plane as the original story. You boot it up too, and they got me with this one. I was bamboozled. They fooled me. I promise you, I did not expect this. They pull up the intro for Persona 3 The Answer, and it is so crazy. Everyone just starts fighting each other, everyone's boxing, and you don't know what's going on because this is so foreign to you. All the people that were on your team are literally attacking each other. It's not normal. This is not normal. I don't even know why it's happening, but it looks cool. And there's a whole entire cutscene for it. It's like an anime scene. And back then it was 2008. They didn't really have anime scenes in much games, or at least the games that I played. So this was relatively new. And after seeing this, I was just hype to get into it. Like, it was insane. But it was because I was hype that I told you before, they tricked me. They played with my emotions. Because everything about this is terrible. And I'm not going to go too far into the story because there's lots of other people on here that already did that, okay? You could just search it up if you really care about that. Now, let me go give you a general premise of what happened in the answer. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you have everyone in C's and they're trapped in the dorm. While they're trapped in the dorm, they see all these different doors leading to all these different places in Tartarus. They find out later on that they could change what happened to the protagonist. Spoiler alert, he died. I know that was another disclaimer, but who cares? And then what happens is they're like, you know what? Some of us don't want to change what happened to him. Some of us do. And so they start fighting. After that, they go back, see what actually happened to him, and then they go about their day as if none of it ever mattered. Now, let me tell you the problem with this. This ruins the whole entire narrative of the base game. Completely destroys it. Completely. Here's the thing. With Persona 3, the base game, everyone was already on the same wavelength with we may die while stopping this. You know, that whole entire Nyx thing? They were already on the same wavelength with that. They understood what was going to happen. It's just with the answer, it feels like they take that away. Also, the fact that everyone's just fighting each other doesn't really make any sense because it's not like it was a gradual buildup of a split. It was an instant split at the very end. Some people weren't happy with what happened. Some people were satisfied with what happened. But the thing is, they fought each other and they were going to kill each other. Like, you saw the blood. I pulled it up on the screen. You saw the blood. They were going to kill each other over this. And that's what makes no sense because beside everyone having to be friends too, I think that they should have all been friends as well. It feels like the story's trying to say that they all revolve around the main character, when that's actually far from the truth. I think Persona 3 is a one Persona game where every single character actually does not revolve around the main character. They revolve around the story. And let me go show you some examples right now. And this is every single character unlocking their ultimate persona. You're going to notice a very, very specific pattern about each scene. I'll just let it play out. Yeah, you notice a pattern, right? In this game, none of the personas that evolve are evolved through talking with the main character. Fundamentally, he is the real side character until the very end of the game. The guy you're playing as is just an avatar for you to see what's going on in the world. Because not only does he not really talk to anybody, he's just there. I was so confused when I was going through the game for the first time because I was like, I know I'm the main character, but I don't feel like the main character. That's because I was never the main character. I was a true side character. And I learned my place while going through 150 hours of the game. I learned my place and I was satisfied with it. But that's what makes the answer so much worse because it changes the fact that he's a teammate and it makes it so that he's their leader, which he's not. He's not. But that is only talking about the fundamental story aspect. Now, let me tell you why the whole entire thing is terrible. So, not only does the game start you back at level 20 with Aegis, guess what? You have 20 more hours of gameplay left, and all you're doing is going through a door, door, and through each door, I'm pretty sure there's like 50 some odd levels in every single one of them. And guess what? You're probably thinking, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm getting more Persona content, right? You're getting the worst of Persona because everything in the answer is just you running around grinding. It's just grinding. You're not getting any story. They may have like a little dialogue box after you complete every door. That's all you're getting is a little dialogue chat. Because everything else is just you grinding. You're grinding. Why would you want that? I don't get why you would want this. And that's why I'm so glad that when they're remaking this game, they're taking that out. FES fundamentally is terrible. That's not a real remake. The true FES is Reload. That's what I'm gonna call Reload, is FES now. I'm gonna say Persona FES. And if anyone says, oh, you're talking about that PlayStation 2 game? I'm talking about the PlayStation 5 game because I promise you I'm buying that one. And here's the thing. There is just no point in wanting was being removed because they're going to add so much more to the point where it's going to be its own remake in that sense. It's not like they're just remastering the game. They're remaking the game from the ground up. If it was just them making the whole entire game from the exact same crust that they made it before, then I wouldn't buy it because it's going to be 250 plus floors of nothing. Every single time that you go through Tartarus, there's another floor. And guess what? It was the exact same thing over and over again. And I saw that they had like floor 140 something in that trailer. Like you see it right here. But here's the thing. That was not the Tartarus I remember. I'm fine going up through 250 floors of that. I'm not fine going up through 250 floors of this. And I'm not even going to talk about the gameplay because the gameplay made it so much worse. But they're going to change that. So there's nothing to really add on to with that part of the game. I'll just say one last thing before I cut this off. I feel like a lot of people, they wanted the idea of a Persona 3 remake, but they didn't actually know what a Persona 3 remake would be. Because when they hear Persona 3 remake, they're not actually coming at it from someone who's beaten the game, played the game, gone through the whole entire story. They're going at it from someone who's heard about the game, heard about what's in it, listened to the story, but they don't actually know what's going to be improved upon. All they know is what's going to be taken away. So when they hear that now you can't play as a female main character and now you can't play the answer, which was a big part of FES, they think that they're missing out, when in actuality, they're not missing out. From what I could just see based on the gameplay that Atlas showed so far, I think that they're actually going to gain a really nice experience and that people should be a lot more hopeful for this game rather than just hate on it downright. And here's the last thing. For everyone who's saying that I didn't really bring in Persona 3 portable content not being in, do you really want Persona 3 portable content to be brought in? Besides the female main character, there's nothing else to talk about. You want this to be a point and click? You want to start clicking everywhere? Is that what you want to do? You're mad that you can't click everywhere? Because at that point, I don't even know what you wanted from a remake. You want them to downgrade the game. And let me just understand what you guys think about this whole entire situation down in the comments, because I I just don't understand why everyone's so mad. Maybe I missed something. I could easily have missed something. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.